If you know what this is, then it gives you a good indication of what this video is about and another little insight of my private life. I'm Rick, and this shut the heck up, you stinking roosters. For your sanity. This is the shack. Hello and welcome. Hey, if you're new to the channel, first time stopping by, thank you so much for taking some of your time out to view. Always ask that you would consider subscribing. If you do, ring the ding ding, that bell down there, so you're notified when the videos do come out. Thumbs up, share, and like, it definitely helps the channel. Yes, another one of my interests is model railroading. We came out to California the very first time. My mother brought me out here. I believe, from what I've researched, it was more than likely the Santa Fe Super Chief. And I don't remember before or after that is when I got my very first train set. That was a Lionel train set I still have sitting up there in a box. That Lionel train set has a minimum of 1,000,000 miles on it in circles. I played with that so much, I can't believe it actually still runs. That's quality. So I've always had this interest in trains, model railroading. I loved them. I used to go down the track in Orange County, I grew up, and I always find a penny or nickel and sit down there because I just loved to watch a train go down there, flatten it out, pick it up. You know, it's like something to do. After I got married and my daughters were born, I tried to get into the model railroading a little bit. It was HO scale. But when I tried to get back in with my daughters, they showed no interest, and unfortunately, I started the layout. I got some of the track laid out the way I wanted, got the cork, and I didn't get as far as the ballast, and I just kind of had to put it to the wayside because I just couldn't afford to put the money towards that because my family was more important, and tending to my kids were more important than my desires, what I wanted to do. You know, they were the priority. Got to keep your priorities in perspective. Unfortunately, the railroading went to the wayside again. After about a year or two, I think I finally tore up the track and got rid of the board or used it for shelves or something. I forget what it was. But I've always had that box of the stuff that I used still in here. 2019 rolls around, and I'm getting to the point in my life where I can do some things. As the last video I put out, I baked a carrot cake for my grandmother for her 100th birthday. She loved carrot cake, so why not? Grandma gets what she wants at 100 years old. Yeah, I think you deserve about anything you want right now. So I baked her a cake, and that's another my interest. I love baking. Not meals. I tried to do smoking, but I'm not into that. I like to bake pies, cakes, cookies, treats, banana nut bread and stuff. I baked a bunch of in soup cans, baking a lot of those, and I bring them out, and you get this little log of banana bread. I give it to the neighbors stuff. I love to do that stuff. That's that time of year. I love it because I love to bake. So that was like letting you in a little bit of my personal life, some of my interests, and this is another one of those. So this video is about a private layout in Riverside. Check in the description below. I will try to find it. No guarantees. I'll have to dig for it. A link to this. This gentleman opens up his house twice a year for his private display. He has 1/3 of his property. He has an acre, so 1/3 acre is dedicated to a G scale layout. Inside his house, he converted the garage, and inside he has an HO scale layout. This is an MKT stock car. This is the Katy line. Not a lot of people have that. Everybody has Santa Fe Pacific, Northwestern Pacific, your Ohio, Baltimore, you know, these big lines. There's not too many I see that actually I've run across dedicated to the Katy lines. It's not as modeled after, I don't think, at least as far as what I've seen. I haven't seen a lot of them. We came to California the very first time when I was 5, 6, 7 years old, somewhere around there, on a train, and that's another one of my interests. I would like, because I remember very vividly the landscape coming to California And after that, we drove to California a few times before moving. So I remember very specifically the Route 66. I remember the trains. I remember the souvenir stands and all these huge billboards and advertisements along the road all the time. So I want to have one of my layout dedicated to the, I guess would be Santa Fe Super Chief, running from Missouri, Kansas, Colorado, down into California. I bought online a pamphlet from 1968 Santa Fe Super Chief's time schedule. And I have one for the MKT line going from Missouri down to Texas. That way it gives me an idea of the stops they would go through, towns they would go through, so I can maybe take a road trip here in the next year maybe and follow that route, take pictures of some of the old stuff and try to get a better idea of what I want on my layout. So that's another thing in the works. My three things are Super Chief from Missouri to California, Katy line from Missouri to Texas. My very first display, which I want to build, I just want a general little city with things I can try my hand at building and doing. That'll be my first setup, and that'd be my billboard city, because I have a lot of these, not this, the box cars that are advertisement, billboard cars. And I even have a couple of Union Carbide cars just because I used to work for Union Carbide many years ago. That's where I actually started, got my first hands-on welding is through them. So that's my little take on my interests. Another one of my interests, allowing you into some more of my life. I will apologize ahead of time. It's a little shaky. I really need to start carrying a monopod with me, so when I go to places like this, I can screw it on, at least keep it there so steady. So when I'm panning, it stays smooth. And the people around me, I'm not trying to shuffle to keep from getting bumped, and so it's not bouncing the camera around and stuff. So I apologize. It is a little shaky at times, but it is what it is. And when I go from the outside to the inside to the HO scale, I forgot to change the setting, so it was a little dark. It was still trying, the camera was still thinking it was outside until I had to readjust it. Then you see it gets a little lighter. But any information on clubs, events, on model railroading in the Riverside area, because I'm in Nuevo, so anything out here, I really need to connect with some people because I want to get ideas. And when time does come to start making my advertising Mecca city layout, I'm going to need help for ideas and things. So grab your favorite beverage, mine iced tea and iced coffee. Without no further ado, sit back and enjoy, and I'll see you after the video. I cannot wait. I am excited to go back in March, and I really, really hope my grandsons can go with me. I think they would enjoy that. But there's a lot of detail there, and that's one thing I think I really enjoy about layouts, because you can have this scene as like one thing I remember catching, and I don't know if you caught it in the pictures. There's like a train depot, and amongst the people there's Frankenstein sitting there. There's these little things like that, or in the little harbor area, the little bay, that dock there, people are fishing, and I didn't catch it after the first couple times. Then I went back and looked at it, like, well, wait a minute, there's an alligator behind those people. So you imagine a guy sitting there fishing, doing whatever, turn around, there's a gator there. I mean, little things like that can give a whole new perspective to a scene. And you may not catch it first time, and that's what it's meant to do. Is you sit there and look at it, and then you take it in and say, oh, wait a minute, I just noticed that. And that gives this whole new light to that little scene. And that's what I enjoy, tweaking it a little bit, maybe throwing something in there that maybe shouldn't be there, and it freaks people out, and that's what's cool. Or it gives them something to think about, like, wow, that's what I like about doing something like this. I hope you enjoyed it. Any information, any guidance, anything that you can possibly help me with. I haven't been in this for 25 years, so this is all new. And I've said it before, I am not techie, so this Arduino and these things, it is a love-hate for me. I love the fact that I can use that to light buildings and do like signal lights, car lights, and make a light flicker like someone's welding or something, which I definitely want to do. You know, all these things you can do to bring your display to life. I love animation, and it helps the scene out, but it's, again, love-hate, because I'm not techie, so that part I will struggle with. I am not artistic, so doing trees and stuff will be a challenge. What I can bring to my display, hopefully, is maybe I can find the thin wood, balsa wood, whatever they call that, scratch build some building stuff. That's where I will come in, because I know some things I would love to build. And another thing, these 3D printers, again, I am not techie. I love them. I love I love what they bring to the hobby, but for me to type that in, that ain't happening. I can't do that. I would love to be able to do that, because, man, you could scratch build things that they don't even have out here right now. You can scratch build buildings out of plastic. You know, make the things be amazing. But that's technology that I struggle with, unfortunately. Anyway, any information below will help. Links to things I do, links to organizations, clubs, people around my area, Riverside, California, would be immensely helpful, because I've been looking, and a lot of the threads that I find are years old, and those clubs aren't even around anymore, or that shop isn't around anymore. It's very, very hard to find that stuff here in California. But anyway, any information would be greatly appreciated. So no more rambling. Thank you so much for watching. Be blessed. Take back check for your sanity. It doesn't hurt to have a couple of hobbies. See you next video.